On January 21st in the year 1990, an episode of The Simpsons aired in which Homer Simpson attempted suicide.
I am an utter failure, and you'll be better off without me.
In the year 2021, Lisa Simpson sings a song about all the great content streaming on Disney Plus for only $7.99 a month. One thing I really hate when studios do is make an entire product that's basically just an advertisement for more products that they own. This is a term I refer to as sucking your own cock. Making the entire point of a product as a way to sell some of your other products is not only a really stupid idea, but a really shitty one that mostly backfires. Now, if you want to know what I think of The Simpsons as a whole, I think it's a really great show with tons of great characters and fun scenarios. But the thing that sticks out the most with The Simpsons is easily its comedy. And yeah, The Simpsons is definitely no stranger to referencing popular forms of media. The difference between this and the Disney era is that when they're referencing something, it's not just a reference, it's either a parody or they're making a joke out of something.
Wow, what an ending! Who'd have thought Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father?
As for my thoughts on the current modern Simpsons, even before Disney, I can't really say much because I haven't really kept up with The Simpsons over the years. But based on what I have seen and what I've heard from others, The Simpsons isn't really a terrible show, but more so of a mediocre show that's not as great as it used to be. With that said, I really think there are some writers there that are really trying their hardest to come up with the most creative concepts like they used to. No matter how bad The Simpsons is currently, it's nowhere near as bad as the blatant commercialism Disney has been doing with their recent Simpsons shorts. As for my thoughts as Disney as a company, I really despise them for their obvious greed and how badly they've been treating Fox recently. Now, if we pretend that the Wreck-It Ralph internet movie never happened, which I do absolutely every day, I think that Disney, for the most part, has avoided making an obvious commercial. Now, I guess the first of the shorts we'll talk about is the Star Wars one because it's the least terrible one of the three. This one didn't feel like as much of a commercial as either of the other two shorts, but I can't really say it was a good short at all. It was still just references to Star Wars, but this time it's in The Simpsons. Unless you really love references to things you like and nothing more, I can't really see anyone really getting anything out of this short. But now, moving on to the Marvel short, which is probably way worse. Loki basically becomes Thor and Lisa brings in all of the Springfield Avengers, and that's pretty much it.
The defense mechanism is I'm so worried that criticism will be levied against me that I levy it against myself before anyone else can. And I think that, if I'm self-aware about being a douchebag, it'll somehow make me less of a douchebag, but it doesn't.
It's obvious that this was an advertisement for the Loki series because it released around the same time, and it's just honestly embarrassing how it doesn't even try to hide that. Or maybe it is trying to hide the fact that it's a very obvious advertisement, and I honestly can't tell what's worse between those two scenarios. It's a very quick, dumb short that just absolutely wasted my time. But I think the thing that really just makes me mad between all these three shorts is the final one, which will not be very fun to talk about. Disney basically just gave up in even trying to have a story or even hide the fact that this was an obvious advertisement. The first thing I want to talk about is how terrible some of these designs look in The Simpsons the animation style. And the thing about this short that frustrates me other than literally everything else about it is that it doesn't even try to have a story, or at least have the decency to pretend that it's having a story. And yes, I am fully aware that it's a short film, but even the other Simpsons shorts, as terrible as they are, still had the decency to at least have a story no matter how quick they went. This entire short is just Disney characters doing things in a bar for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Hell, I wouldn't even entirely mind them trying to shove in a not-so-subtle self-aware joke, similar to the one that they had in the Marvel one. Hell, even never mind all of that. If you're going to make an obvious advertisement, at least make it somewhat entertaining. I wouldn't even be so mad if this was an advertisement on TV because at least it wouldn't just waste all of our time making us think this was an actual short. And if it wasn't so obvious that this was an ad for Disney Plus, Lisa Simpson literally sings a whole song about how great Disney Plus is. Even for such a greedy company like Disney, this is a whole new level of low. I seriously wanted to kill myself the entire time watching this. And there was supposed to be a whole thing with Homer and Goofy, and Bart shows up as Mickey Mouse. But Disney didn't make it a proper story because they got too distracted sucking themselves off. Amazing short, 10 out of 10. Also, at the very end of the short, there's literally an ad for Disney Plus despite this being a Disney Plus original. Maybe this has been done before with other originals, I don't really know, but I don't really care because I find it funny. To be honest, I'm not really surprised that Disney would do something so pathetic and just dumb like this, but the thing that really makes me mad the most is that this is associated with such a great show like The Simpsons. A show that the writers truly put their heart and soul into. A show where the writers truly cared about the jokes and came up with so many great and clever iconic ones.
I'm the mascot of an evil corporation.
But Disney, being Disney, simply saw The Simpsons as a product and nothing more than that, and used it as nothing more than just a way to promote some of their other products that they own. When I saw Space Jam 2, I never thought any sort of company could be this low in terms of commercialism, but here we are now. The Simpsons currently is definitely not a great show, and it probably will never be as good as when it first aired. And no matter how bad The Simpsons is, it will still never be as bad as Space Jam 2 is definitely still worse. Thank you for joining my TED Talk on why literally anything is better than Space Jam 2. If you want to hear about more movies that are better than Space Jam 2, then stay tuned for my end of the year ranking on December 31st. Which, I'll be honest with you guys, the list of films is getting bigger and bigger, so you may have to get some popcorn for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick little video I wanted to do. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all next time.